good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Happy Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. We got one more day. We can do it. We got this. Hope you're all doing well. So welcome back to Atlanta. We're going to make our way up to Bristol for the Bristol Dirt Race. First time that they've done that. They took a paved track, put a bunch of dirt on it, and said, we're going to go dirt racing. So we're going to go up there and watch. So we're here where we left off in Atlanta, near the Atlanta Motor Speedway, which you can see in the distance right behind the airport. We're going to take ourselves we're going to head east from Kilo Hotel Mike Papa over to Kilo Hotel Quebec Uniform. From there, we're going to start heading north to Greenville Spartanburg in South Carolina at Kilo Golf Sierra Papa. And from there, we're going to continue north and go over some hillage to Kilo Tango Romeo India. It's going to be a nice flight. I am sporting the Jay Winokur t-shirt, which is phenomenal. You can go over to his Twitch channel, find a link to his store, and pick one up if you want. It's very comfortable. Only came in OD green, hint hint, nudge nudge. So hope all of you are doing well. It's going to be a phenomenal day. Yeah, well, I figure it's a small way I'm able to help promote my fellow streamers. I'll wear two-tone merch. I'll wear my own merch. I have some Jay Winokur merch. I have some Maritime Horrors merch. I need to get some Allison Johnson merch, and I have some Ailerons into the Wind merch coming. So, fancy. I like supporting good people. So, go over to chat. Viper Strike 9510 is in. Already have some flight plans ready for your new series play. Well, that's awesome, dude. Look forward to seeing that. Murphy is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got some good sleep and your day at work wasn't too bad. And thanks to the host, by the way. Ben McClure is here. Good evening to you. Jay Winokur's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Frozen's here. Good day. Fancy merch for the win, indeed. Goblin is in. Good evening, good evening. Noel is here. Good evening to you as well. A little bit of Saposh. Chilled Corky's in. Good evening to you as well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Mr. Zed Ryder, good evening to you as well. Viper Strike 9510 says, so my flight prediction for today was wrong after all. I went for something simple, and I was trying to find some longer legs, because the aircraft we're flying is a little on the speedier side. Not by a whole lot, but it's on the faster end of your average general aviation aircraft. Oh, I forgot. I got another light, so hopefully that helps brighten me up a bit without blinding me at the same time. Like the program is in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And that light, I don't know about that light. Hopefully it brightens up for you guys, so make it easier to see me. Thinking about getting another one to put over Nya to really make it so y'all can see. So, you might be asking, well, Colonel, you're waffling on. What are you flying? We're flying the DA-62. I've been trying to learn to love it. It's a nice airplane. The forward visibility is kind of, but overall, it's kind of neat. Ben McClure says there was a Royal Navy Hawk T-1 crash today in Cornwall. Both pilots ejected. Well, that's good news that they got out without injury. First one in 18 years, man. Be interesting to read the investigation of the incident. So yeah, we're in the DA62 because I took a page out of Murph's book and I watched a Steve 01 Knievo video that featured it, and I thought, well, I guess the plane does seem kind of interesting. You're not going to see me in the TVM anytime soon. Also fly the very modern plane. Sorry. Yeah, it is very modern, and I want to like it, but the forward visibility leaves some things to be desired. That's just me. I'm used to a Skyhawk where you can see a lot, or even a Skylark for that matter. Cessnas. So this is an incredibly simple aircraft to start. It's kind of shocking, really. So we'll turn our alternator battery masters on. Wait for the systems to whir to life. It is like the Trinidad for visibility. I'll have to take your word on it. Let's see. So we've got those going. We're going to go down here. We're going to set the fuel to on for the left engine. And we're going to come over here. Going to flip on the master switch. And left engine start. Hold it until it catches. 99 Owl is in the house. Good to see you. Hope you're well. And turn the inset off. I didn't want you. There we go. We're going to adjust our CDI. Then adjust our transponder, because I always forget that when using a G1000 system. Kingsman's in. Good to see you, my friend. Running late, but be with you soon. Hey, you're not late. You arrived, and you'll get here when you need to. So no worries, my friend. I said live weather. Did I say live weather, or did I just say the Unreal METAR weather? There's a difference. I did put Unreal METAR, so feel free to choose the weather you want, but I am not running default live weather. I am running Unreal Weather Live METAR, not live weather. So that's the weather I'm running. Time is 7:35 a.m. And the METAR just updated to, let's see, pretty gusty. Winds are 220 at 12, gusting to 20. Variable 180 to 240. 10 statute miles broken at 4,100. Overcast at 4,800. Altimeter 299.6, so we'll hit the B key. Hit the D key. Let's see. Goblin Zoo says there's a crash at Courchevel for GA planes, some fatalities. That's very unfortunate. Shuffle Shoes says, hello. Well, hello. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. How many times can I say well? 99 is Rex METAR weather. Interesting. I don't know. Let's see, there's a reminder to stay hydrated. Ashley. Different person. Allison Johnson is in the house. Good to see you. Just watching tonight. Been a long day. That's alright. Just glad you're here. The weather is pretty bad today in the south. Well, it's good. We'll just call it sporty. And see how it goes. If it gets too bad, we'll change it. I like the challenge, but we're not gonna be silly about it either. So now that the engine 1 is started, we're gonna go over engine master. We're going to put engine 1 on crossfeed. We're gonna put fuel on for engine 2. We're gonna press and hold the starter until it catches. There it is. We're going to put that there. We're going to lower the armrest because, well, I like armrests. So we're going to get our AP set up. We're going to put our flight director on. We're going to set our turn altitude mode on. We're going to set our cruise altitude for 3,500 feet. Vertical speed set to there we go.
Friday harbor traffic, Skylane 2793 Golf, final 16 Friday.
Set our vertical speed for 700 feet per minute. Turn on pitot heat. Nav lights are on. Taxi lights are on. Bristol, baby. I'll be there inside. Nice. I've not yet been to the Bristol. I've not been to a big NASCAR series race yet at all. So, have a quick look outside. We got a Mooney, another DA6, couple other DA62s. We got a couple of MB339s. So we've got friends with us today. So we're gonna get ourselves ready. We're gonna try to remember what runways we have. So we've got 24 and 36. So we'll take off on runway 24 because that's going to be the most favorable. We are still running. Only be in Bristol for the trucks though. Cup tickets are sold out. Yeah, Bristol tickets sell out fast. Different Bristol. So fun fact, flew to Bristol, England yesterday with Two-Tone Murphy, where he showed off the A320 for a bit. So we're going to a different Bristol today. Bristol, Tennessee. So we're gonna get these levers up. Parking brake is off. Start moving up the throttle a bit so we start moving. Bristol, England, home of supersonic Cessnas. Yeah, apparently. Have they fixed that being underpowered? I am running the mod, the community mod for the DA62. So your mileage may vary. So yeah. I can't wait to watch the trucks in the dirt. It's going to be interesting. They had the Pro Invitational Series last night that uses iRacing. So that was, I didn't get a chance to watch it because I don't have FS1. So we're going to meander our way down to the runway. So I guess I should have posted that link in the going live section, but it is what it is at this point. The community performance mod is available on flightsim.to. Looks like we even have an F-15 with us. That's awesome. I have the DA40 and the DA62 performance mods installed. Just because the DA40, I like it, but it was by default, at least early on, it was very underpowered. I couldn't tell you what the performance is nowadays by default because I just default install these mods and run with it. Good time soon, so we'll be quiet but watching. No worries, Allison. Food time. Well, food time is good time. No, it just says F1 racing begins this weekend. That's awesome. Oh, it looks like we have an Irish Air Corps. I think that's an Irish Air Corps. Nope, that's a Kenmore CJ4. Chilling on the ramp. Food in VR. Virtual food. Give it time. You never know. I think the next thing after, with the way VR is going and they're starting to make gloves with haptic feedback in it, next thing you know, we're going to get smell-o-vision. So I believe Murph was talking about doing a series going from the F1 tracks to F1 tracks, kind of similar in vein to what I'm doing. Alright, so we're almost at the runway. And I chose the DA62 today because I've rarely flown it. And I decided recently that I'd give it a shot after, I watched that Steve-O 1 Knievo video. I said, sure, look at it. Looks nice. Give it a shot. And it's fun. The front visibility is just not great. Proper chippy T. Ooh. Warhamster 01 with the subscription. Many thanks, my dude. Very grateful for that. So, to our friend in the DA62 that's lined up, after you, my friend, we're gonna get our one notch of flaps in. DA62, one of my favorites, but almost too easy. So we can see that windsock just going nuts. What's our altitude? Our cruise altitude will be 3,500. Well, we're going to go ahead and go. So we're expecting to have left aileron in a bit. Between frame rate and P factor, trying to keep around the center line as best as we can. There's about 90. We'll start pulling back. We're up. Positive rate. Tap on the toe brakes. Gear coming up. Dial the engine back a bit. And she's already bumpy. And we'll start watching the fireflies take off. Will hide me.
Traffic, Skyline 5 and 1 Golf going around.
So, was watching the Flying Fabio earlier. He's doing a great job. He's almost to the mountains, but it looked like inclement weather may have put a wrench in the works, but he's a smart guy. I'm sure he'll find a way to get her done. It's also really fun to find liveries for the DA62 that I like. There's a nice red one, but I couldn't find it on flightsim.to, so I couldn't link it, so we just went with the default blue. So we're flying over Atlanta Motor Speedway again, giving one last good look. $99 as subscribed at Tier 1 on a 2-month streak. Many thanks, $99. Glad you're enjoying the show. Glad to have you along. It's very kind and generous of you. So it seems like the fireflies are up. Oh goodness. Your landing light's on, dude. I have the liveries mega pack, and you can get the liveries one. Yeah, I have it too, but The livery I have, I can't guarantee an easy way to link it to folks to make sure that they have it. Catbat9, the legends in the house. How you doing? Hope you're well. Ooh, there's some sim lag. So we're at cruise altitude. So we're going to try to sure look it. So I guess I need to activate nav mode. So we'll continue this left turn until we're on course. We're also running FSATC chatter, as I've been doing frequently, because, well, it just adds a little bit of immersion. Viper Strike hitting the screenshots early on the Discord. Awesome shot, my dude.
Thank you very much. We'll be on the ground just in a little bit. Thank you.
Twitch already twitching. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Let's see. DA22 is like a glider with its large ring. Yeah. They're not very thick. They're not very. There's not a lot of distance from front to back, but they are long, so they do work very well for gliding. Hornet Hamster's here, but not here. Well, for 30 minutes or so I'm going to give the F-15 a brief streak. Gotcha. Well, glad that you can make it for a little bit anyway. Viper Strike, let's hope Atlanta won't be too bad this time. Well, luckily we're leaving Atlanta, so that helps. So we're going to go to a load setting of 80.
Inbound on the GPS runway 5 approach.
Now, one thing with the DA62 and DA40 mods from the community, available on FlightSim.to, not sponsored, is they introduced the FADEC system. So I don't even have to mess with the prop. It just does its thing. Woof, we're bumpy. Mr. Winker asked if we're on the new CPU net. No, I didn't want to try doing it right before the night before a stream. I wanted to make sure I could get it installed with plenty of time for any kind of issues to show up. That way I'm not trying to scramble or missing a stream. But I'm probably going to install it tonight after my stream. That way it'll give me 2 full days to test it out. I will say, the DA62 from the outside, it looks like it definitely has a bird look to it. I got the Ryzen 5 3600X to replace my 1600 AF. So it's one of the 3rd gen Ryzens. It has a higher base clock, higher boost clock, higher memory bandwidth. So I'm anticipating seeing a significant increase in performance, or at least I'm hoping. I almost went for that one, Allison, but the place I was going to buy it through, which I bought mine through Amazon, they didn't have them. They were the price was a lot higher. I was going to get it from Micro Center, but they can't ship them, so I'd have to drive 2 hours just to pick it up, and it just didn't seem worth it. 99 Owl asks, sorry I'm a bit silent in chat, but my Twitch stream, no worries, 99 Owl. I wish I could do more to help out with that, but there's only so much I can do.
7.5 to the south, inbound, full stop, runway 20.
Same here, my internet bit is being a potato. Yeah, I hate potato internet. It ruins everything. So there's, Hammy, did you make sure to activate your inlet, thingamabobs? The inlet ramp? Because they will dynamically adjust depending on your angle of attack. I'm going to take that as a yes. He's nodding. So it looks like the Lake and Heath markings of the F-15E. Afterburners are a go. And even obscured, the sunset looks, or sunrise looks nice. I would love to lower the resolution. Yeah, that's unfortunately, affiliates are not given a choice on it. They give priority for that setting for the partners. So on Murphstream, it's fantastic. You're able to select that now, but I'm at the whimsy of Twitch and whether they allow me to have them or not. Because believe me, if I had the if I were able to have that choice, I would definitely make it available. But sadly, my hands are tied. There goes a King Air. I want to say that that's a Spitfire, but I don't know. Oh goodness, thunder outside the window. I are in real life. Oh dear. Yeah, we're getting blown around quite a bit. I mean, on the upside, it's not complete IMC, so I mean that's something. Ooh, according to Venture Sky, that's all kinds of wind going just north. The upside to that is that's going to give us a heck of a tailwind going north on our way to Bristol. Look at the satellite. Oh yeah, lots of clouds. Until you get to the coastline of South Carolina. The radar. Ooh. 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 Well, it's stormy north of us. It looks like we've got a big cell moving kind of in a west-northwest line. Over the mountains. So things might get a little interesting, as it seems clouds are breaking up a little bit. You've picked up the same chip I have. Nice. Well, hopefully installation goes smoothly.
Traffic commonly through Columbia. This is about 3 miles southwest of
There's a 339.
traffic commonly through Columbia. This is Western Field 25 Pocket 45.
Lovely formation flying, folks. Absolutely phenomenal job. If I'm going too fast, don't hesitate to say anything. Indicating about 150 knots. Going about 160 ground speed.
Traffic commonly through Columbia. This is 25.
Ooh, Doom Eternal is on sale on Steam. Nice. I still haven't finished the first one. Going into eating mode, back chatting soon. Roger that, Allison. And the sun's coming out. How about that? Captain Butters is now following. Many thanks, my dude. Seen your handiwork on some helicopter liveries in the two-tone Discord. Nice job. And the clouds seem to be coming back in, which is fine. Not unexpectedly.
Traffic beat shift is west downwind, runway 26.
Now, it takes a lot of skill to fly those jets this slow. Leg up going to the MB339 for sure. Considering approach speed for those guys, or for at least the F-15, is right around 150 knots. Multiple A320s. Could just be other people in the area, which is fine. We can't do anything about that.
Traffic, legacy jet is 20 miles to the southwest inbound for landing. Looking for any traffic in the area, please advise.
So our destination, we're going to check the weather. The weather says for Kilo Hotel Quebec uniform from 1935 Zulu, which just updated. Visibility is 10 statute miles, broken at 5,000, broken at 6,500. Temperature 2.7, altimeter 299.5. So we're going to expect. It didn't give me the winds. That's not nice. I need to find the winds for the destination. Meter, thank you, weather.gov. HQU, enter. Still the winds, awesome. That's great. I'm going to assume that they're out of the south, so we'll expect runway 28 for landing. Copper Pete is in. Saw you were online, so popped in and say hello. Well, many thanks, Copper Pete. Glad you did. Hope you're well. We're just flying the DA-62s in Georgia on our way to South Carolina, then north into Tennessee. Yes, we are Kingsman. We're on East US. It's very sporty. Very sporty. And it's going to get probably a bit more sporty. Hello. Look at that. You know, one thing that I've always kind of found curious, and I actually kind of can guess the reason why. I've always considered that it, wondered why more multi-engine propeller-driven aircraft don't use a counter-rotating prop system, because it would practically eliminate P factor until you lost one, and the benefits would be really handy. The downside is it's probably not as cost effective, and you don't have you're adding more parts in, because something might be specific to the left engine as opposed to the right. So I can definitely see an economic reason why. It's kind of more of a bean counter, this is why we can't do it kind of thing, which is fine. But you'd think that it would be, almost ideal or advantageous to do counter-rotating props. Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. It kind of works from different perspectives. Both theories work. It's just when you start talking about costs, it doesn't make sense to have a specific left engine and a right engine. One turns one way and one turns the other. It's kind of like the P-38 having the counter-rotating props. It worked out well for it, but when you're starting to talk about civil aviation and trying to keep costs to a more affordable level of sorts, it definitely makes a lot of sense to not do the thing instead of doing the thing. It is what it is.
traffic, Skyhawk 5396, turning final, runway 32, full stop.
So we're going to give a pop into the cockpit and have a look-see of how we're doing. Sunset's looking amazing. Or sunrise even. Let's see.
Uniform turning downwind, runway 32.
We're about 40 nautical miles out from our first stop. Everything's good. Engines are good. Feels good. Checking all of this stuff. That's hot airs. There's throttles. There's your trim wheel. Don't need de-icing.
Warrior 4 uniform turning final, runway 32.
Look outside for a little while. Let's look at all those trees, man. That's a lot of trees.
Traffic Cherokee to 31 November to the west, departing to the west, last call.
It's absolutely beautiful. Now, as twins go, this one is much nicer to see out of from the side. The Seminole and the Baron, they're great planes, but man, you look out the side and it's just all you see is engine. This one you actually can see around it quite a lot better. Viper Strike asks, hey, can afford any reduction on that website I should use for the weather?
7 miles to the northwest.
What website for weather? It is fun, Kingsman. I like the challenge. It kind of shakes up the, everybody flying nice weather syndrome. Radar. I've been using Venture Sky. I'll put a link to that in the chat. I heard about Venue Sky from Murph.
Traffic 2 turning 45 down 119, traffic.
That's what I've kind of gives me an idea of what the weather's going to look like live. Let's see, 99 I'll use the Cirrus SR-22 for the first time. Quite a plucky. Yeah, it's a nice airplane. I don't fly it a lot. Probably don't fly it as much as I ought to. It is fun. It's very different. I look at this aviation stuff as like I like the challenge of things that I don't know, and it's nice to fly in nice weather, especially when all you want to do is explore. But tossing in the challenge of realistic weather, it adds the spice and really kind of challenges the piloting skills, and which I think is nice. And it's just like, and in these group flights, I'll never hold anybody to fly real weather with me, because it takes a bit more thought. It takes a lot more skill to fly in, but it's definitely a lot fun to me. Alison Johnson uses windy.com as yeah, I've seen Fabio use windy.com. In fact, he was doing that today. Also, if you use SkyVector, there are layers where it will show weather information, including radar, which is nice. There's two-tone with the Venue Sky. Link again. But yeah, so I like running the real weather. The more I do it, the more I like it. I say a lot. That's just me, though. But having the realistic weather it's a more fun challenge. Now, obviously, if it's complete IMC, you know, especially on a group flight and a stream, especially without knowing instrument rules. It's a challenge, and it's something I'm not ready for. I need to go through. I'd like to get the IFR add-on, the school or whatever, the lessons, so I can get some kind of idea of what to do. I'm with having gone through learning, you know, the process of still learning the CJ4, which has kind of introduced me to procedures and routes and approaches and departures and SIDS and stars and all that fun stuff. I'm getting an idea of how they work. In fact, I programmed it. Where was I flying? It was yesterday during Murph's stream. I took off from Dublin into DA62. I had fully programmed in the departure, the arrival, and the route, all in the G1000, and it worked flawlessly. It was amazing. Dangerous Brian's in. Sorry, Kurt, keep forgetting your streams earlier. Just loading up plan. Goblin says, fun, real weather. Yes, not the wind. Yeah, it's part of the challenge. So I'm learning departures, but it's still a lot of pressing buttons, and I know that, you know, realistically it's finding what transitions and this and that, and when you get it right and the ILS will pick up the localizer and just glide you right in, it's awesome. It's very automatic. I still like the challenge of the visual approach, but having the understanding of how that, you know, can work is it's fun for me. It's just having complete blindness and not being able to see things, that doesn't make for a good stream. Unless you're specifically doing it for a very specific reason and have the knowledge to do that and share that. I lack all of that. I can fly jets the old way, but learning new MFV stuff is hard. I don't know any of the jet stuff. I'm just learning the CJ4 FMS, which from what I understand, is kind of an older way to do things. You know, modern jets have the touch screens and this and that, and it's all fancy, and I don't know what I'm doing. I barely know what I'm doing with the CJ4 FMS. Mr. Tommy says, yeah, that's right. Latest version that I understand that I got today. It runs very nicely. It probably does more than I know, but it makes engine management easier. It definitely goes. It is a bit bouncy. We're running METAR weather down here in Georgia. Fabio flew route in Japan with the CJ4, works well. Yeah, it's kind of, because once you get into the biz jets, it's kind of like a step up. It's a step up from GA, and then someone threw out the anchor. It's a step up from GA, but it's not quite in the airlines. It's kind of more in line with the airlines, but like you said, not as complex. Why are we turning? Probably just turning because of the wind.
Rocket stern final 7.
So we're about 15 nautical miles out. Yeah. The idea is still there for all of them. It's just some of them do it slightly different. That's an. I guess the vent button is the test both button. Oh, And speaking of this being a mod, if I click this button, bam, co-pilot. Don't want the co-pilot? Bam, no co-pilot. Flew Airbus in South Africa, 1,200 kilometers, without understanding all the buttons. It was fun. Nothing like a constant guessing game on the go. Yep. That's probably like my favoriteest feature so far is the armrest, because being able to do that. I can't wait for the open doors. That's going to be nice if that is ever a thing. So thanks to Mr. Muggs for those, and Blender. We got a T-45, MB339. That is. It's part of the DA62 enhancement project mod thing. Draco's in. Good evening. What a day, indeed. So, Goblin, when you get the DA62 mod, the button right over here will go bing, and you got a co-pilot. The door animation of product, whatever, says aha. It is a nice aircraft. But is there a button for backseat passengers? I don't know. Hello. Hey, the sun's peeking through. That's a good sign. So we're 10 minutes out, or 10 miles out.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo, turning left downwind for runway 7.
Yeah, this it's supposed to improve the performance from whatever the stock ones. I can't compare because I don't think I've flown the DA62 stock. I've always run it with the performance mod, and I like it. So 7 nautical miles out. We're getting closer.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo, turning left base for runway 7.
You people always have ideas, huh? I mean, I like flying Johnny No Mates, but you never know. Some people want to take their family along. Okay, so we're going to make sure our altimeter's on the right setting. We're getting closer. We're going to zoom this map out a wee bit. So we're starting to see that curve. So we're going to go ahead and disable autopilot. We're going to get our feet on the pedals so we're ready to go. Kingsman's firewalling it. Yeah, Draco, I know the feeling. So we got the airport in sight. We're going to fly past. We're going to do a 180 and then land on runway 28. Turn that saxophone music down a little bit. It started in Airbus cold and dark by following the MSFS checklist. I tried, and I could not get it to work for love nor money. I've thought about installing the fly-by-wire version, but I don't do anything with the A320 anyway, so it's kind of moot. Kingsman's in the PA-28. Yeah, the PA-28, it's good, but it is a bit slower than the DA-62. So we're going to actually extend out to the right a little bit. Someone's flying across. Oh, stop bothering me about the gear. It's a nice little airport. Trim up. It's kind of rough, yeah.
47 is now 3 miles, left downwind for 07.
A lot of trees. A lot of trees, rivers, and lakes. So we're going to get the gear going down. Pitch up a little bit to compensate. Airfield still in sight. Oh, hello. Hey, we're in the white arc, so there's one notch of flaps. Pitch down to compensate. We're gonna start turning in. Will unhide me for traumatic effect. Last notch of flaps in. And Mr. Tommy's guessing 420. Overshot it a little bit, but that's because of the wind. Wind certainly didn't help that. So we're on the glide slope. Add power because we're below glide slope now. We just flew over somebody. We're on glide slope, so start reducing throttle. We're a little over. Fly over this building. We're really above the glide slope now, so throttle coming way back. There's a stall warning. Ooh, that was a rough 260. Yeah, that was a bit of a Navy landing. So
Traffic 19 Quebec final 07.
we'll slow her down. Flaps coming up under 40 knots. We'll manual braking. We're gonna make our way to the ramp, which is right here.
Traffic Sky 56 Romeo, train left downwind 07.
So steer it there. Parking brake set. We're gonna go to this. Do this. Traffic. Name tags on. Apply. Go back. Resume. We'll go ahead and hide me.
Traffic Skyhawk 7347 left.
Better hardish than the Chester. Yeah. Yeah, the interior of the DA-62 is very nice. There's Admiral Ted, Draco, Count Zepp, Viper Strike, Frozen's in. There's Chill Corky, Arborchetta, Catbat, Skydive Man, Dangerous Brian. Nicely job, Frozen. Nice job, Frozen. So we'll zoom it in a bit. reposition. We see Kingsman's name tag, so we got you on the scope. There's Arbachetta, and I think a Baron. There's Dangerous Brian, Masonic Lake, Druid Zeus. There's Chilled Corky inbound.
Traffic Stalin 2856 Romeo.
There's Skydive Man on the T-45. Commandant Muttley is in. Kingsman's getting close, so we'll definitely wait for him.
Traffic Skyline 2856 Romeo.
I like the diamonds because they try to... Right on. The exterior aerodynamics is definitely outside of the box. Yeah, that's the flip side of that. The price reflects that, as there's a spit of cap at 9. I think it just unloaded. Yeah, there's Airbus. There's Kingsman. So we'll scan the horizon. Let's see. What was that? Ant-Man. Oh, we got Ant-Man. Nice. Some names up north.
264 Golf, 2.5 mile midfield from the southeast. We're overflying for left traffic 7.
So we definitely have Kingsman on the scope. We'll wait for him to get into town. So this is a nice area. It's lots of trees. Whatever that area is. So, Mr. Tommy, what's your favorite part about the mods that you have done, and what kind of roadmap of changes do you think is going to show up here in the future? That was pretty in spit, I bet. I know we had who was in the T-45? Honestly, the altitude fail cast message. There's the 339. Right on. The A62. We got, aha! So we got the VL3. There's a 339. But the math in the background was fun challenge. Nice. There's Count Zep. There's Brian. Brian, what are you flying? Because for some reason I can't see it. We got a Bonanza of Admiral Ted. Chilled Corky and a Mooney. There's another 339. We got Captain Butters in a TBM. There's Viper Strike. We see your lights, Kingsman. This isn't just a Mooney with Alley's livery. Aha, that would be explain why I couldn't see it. I don't have it installed yet. One question always vexes me. On approaching an airport like this one, why circle to the other side when the other direction was exactly in our line of flight? Because 99 out, you always want to do your best to fly well, I'll unhide me. You always want to do your best to fly directly into the wind. Whether on takeoff or landing, it's always you want to get as far into the wind as you can. Because that gives you extra lift over the wings and the other control surfaces. When you fly, if you have a tailwind, that's going to keep pushing you, and that's going to make things a lot harder, give you less wind, lift over the wings, and it's just going to make life a lot more difficult. It's going to make the airplane a bit more unstable towards the ground. Flying into the wind, so it's like in this case, we were getting a crosswind. We were kind of a no-wind scenario, but we had fewer degrees of crosswind from runway 28, which is why we went around. So that's a bit more manageable performance-wise, and it helps the plane be a bit more stable. See, it uses GPS attitude, compresses EQ. That sounds very complicated, Mr. Tommy, but you're doing a phenomenal job with it all. But so the wind, when landing into the wind, it helps provide. It slows you down and gives you a lot more lift. He helps to stave off stalls. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just you just always want to go into the. There's Kingsman. With MSFS help, I'll show you the right direction. Yeah. So, and crosswinds are always going to be a challenge. The more severe the crosswind is, the harder life gets. So we're gonna, now that Kingsman's in, we're gonna turn the name tags off. Turn that off. Apply and save.
Traffic Scout 561 Papa is approaching the end of runway 7.
But yeah, that's why you want to always fly into the wind on landing and takeoff. Alright, so if everyone wants to start making their way, I'm going to get myself set up for, thank you. So we're going to check, see weather, still not giving us wind, so we'll still take off on runway 28. We're going to stay at the same general altitude for cruise. Greensville, Spartanburg, weather information from the 25th day at 2004 Zulu, so 2000 hours, 4 minutes after the hour Zulu. Winds are 320 at 6, gusting to 15. Visibility is real short. 3/4 of a mile. Few clouds at 700, broken at 3,000, overcast at 4,400. Ooh, so it's going to get sporty as we get into Spartanburg. Terminal air frequency doesn't look much better. So yeah, we're gonna have some sporty weather as we head north. Catch up check. On the other hand, after St. Patrick's Day, who's afraid of crosswinds? Yeah. Kingston, thanks for waiting. Wouldn't do anything else. Kingston's gonna switch into something a little faster. Roger that. You can get into the Bonanza. They'll keep up. Uni's good. Yeah. In terms of roadmap, there really isn't one. There never was one. I get random ideas in the shower. Yeah. And on the weekend, sort of playing around and see. Gotcha. Well, either way, you're doing a phenomenal job with the DA40 and the DA62. I enjoy them quite a bit. So keep doing what you're doing, dude. Parking brake off. Start increase the power to brake momentum. Please go. Thank you. So we'll start rolling.
Skylane 182 Victor is parked there.
Okay, we're gonna make sure that our barrel is right, DG is right. Let's see. You see, yeah, I like it because it's just a little sense of immersion. Do both ECU tests. Okay, I suppose I have to hold it for more than a second.
Traffic, Cessna 776, clear runway, taxi to the fuel pump.
I don't know if it did anything. Gotta watch the RPM.
797 Papa, you yourself high southbound.
Yeah, RPM's 1150 now. Click and hold it. 1160. 5% throttle. So we'll get started. Okay, that's not. That doesn't give me a percentage. 6 knots is in. Good to see you. Here we go. Nice. That's awesome. Well done, sir. It kind of lines up with the Steve-O 1 Knievo video I watched with the DA62. Papa Joe, we are on the East US. My dude.
Traffic, Skyhawk 64776, taxiing to runway.
And now I do have errors. Go back to auto. So whenever you are all ready for liftoff,
Traffic, Cirrus turning, final
and waiting for the fail light to go out, test complete. Nice. So, entrez-vous. If I'm using that in the right context anyway, feel free to take off.
Traffic, last air, 4 Mike Kilo, taxi from north to run up block number 4.
There you go, the thunder flies. So, aileron into the wind. Slowly introduce power. Start pulling back a little bit. Of course, I don't think I used any flaps. That, you know, positive rate, tap on the toe brakes, gear coming up. Dial back. Do left turn. I mean, this is a very nice looking aircraft. You can get it to gun it to 90%, wait 3 to 5 seconds, the turbos spool up and then fire out. Nice. There's definitely procedural things that I have to learn about flying. This is probably the first time I've flown this on stream. Roger that, Mr. Tommy. If you look at the cabin, or the main front part of the fuselage, it kind of looks like a bird. Like the skull of a bird. I suppose it's kind of appropriate because it is an airplane. It's a Spitfire. As EL737RS is now following. Many thanks, dude. Much appreciated. Hope you're well. Perhaps a stupid question, but why tap on the brakes after takeoff? It just allows the wheels to stop spinning, so when it's going into the wheel wells, it doesn't hit anything the wrong way or doesn't get unbalanced in some fashion.
Port to the southwest, transitioning northeastbound at 500.
First time here, but we've met many times. Absolutely, especially Murphs. I recognize your name right off the bat. So it seems everybody is up. Kingsman, if you're not up, please let me know. And we'll do another circuit. So, drink some water. Go ahead and hide me. I don't see anybody on the ground. Kingsman's up. Awesome. So we're going to maintain, although we'll have to get back. So autopilot on vertical speed. We're going to go down a little bit. We're going to pull the throttle back to about 70% load. See, on DA20, DA40, that's exactly what you don't want to do with no wheel steering. The brakes get hot. Stopping the wheels after rotation is the best way to keep the pads stuck to the discs. Fair point. That's a very fair point. So we're turning on course. No, it's interesting because FS seems to model nose wheel steering into the DA40s and the DA20. Even though I know that it's a castering free castering nose wheel, FS either it seems to do it intentionally or some reason. Not really. Or is it just modeling the wind, the prop wind hitting the vertical stabilizer and rudder? Might have done it.
Eastbound traffic, FT1 Delta Golf, standard angle left downwind, 916 sources.
I will say the DA-20 is faster than the Waco. Did that on Murph Stream the other, was it on Monday during the Orient Express. I was expecting to be similar in speed, maybe a little faster, but not as fast as I was in the DA-20. that thing will scoot. And the visibility is real nice out of the DA-20 and the DA-40s. I did my PPL in the 80 horsepower DA-20, 85 knot. Yeah, that's right. That's a little slower than a 150. Nice job, Thunderflies. Tonight is my DCS night. Need for Speed. Fair enough, EO. Well, there's a crash. That's not running. Close that. We'll get this going again. It happens. Well, thanks for stopping by, Mr. Tommy. Love the mod, and keep doing what you're doing, dude. And thanks for stopping by.
5 miles to the south, entering right downwind for runway 1, full southern.
Well, luckily we weren't that far from that airfield, so I'll just start back there. Take care, dude.
Friday Harbor traffic, Skyhawk 68 Quebec is taking runway 16. Going to be a left turn out over to Lopez, Friday Harbor traffic.
Yeah, it was a VC runtime error. It's not something that I haven't run into before.
Friday Harbor water, 1,500.
I had to reset just before takeoff. Yeah, I mean, is what it is. It is what it is.
Deer Harbor area traffic, Otter 708, neck point, landing Deerwater.
Interesting airplane. What's the radio chatter I'm hearing in the background? That is FS-ATC chatter from Stick and Rudder Studios.
Jennifer Charlie, just substitute for someone who's right with midfield downwind, runway 18, full stop, Annapolis.
Yeah, no, it's really worth it. Because especially if you're not ready to get into the whole VATSIM thing, and not to mention VATSIM is kind of, you could go hours without hearing anybody, depending on where you are. It's nice to have that little bit of immersion. And it's not expensive, so how much are they selling it for? Yeah, you get a free demo, which just comes with some basic stuff. I don't remember how much it cost. $15. That's not too bad. A little high, but and it's really, yes. And it will also connect to FS to give you local frequencies, or you can manually tune it and it'll change. And then you can have it set up where it'll only play when your radios aren't turned on, or will only play when your radios are turned on. So if they're off, it won't play any ATC. So I've got it over here, which you can't see it. I'll show it when we get the sim loaded back up.
Lopez, Friday Harbor traffic, Scott.
Oh,
711
we'll just do
coming
this.
up on Cattle Pass 2.5, gonna overfly Friday Harbor on the way to Roach.
So FSATC chatter is this little guy, and basically it will. You can select what area you're in, whether you're in the U.S., South America, Oceania, Europe, Canada, Asia, Africa, or custom, and it shows you how many sound bytes it has for that particular area. And then you can choose what kind of controller type, whether it's your departure, destination, or center, approach, departure. You can go on, get a list of nearby frequencies, which you can select from, and it'll change the radio frequency that you have selected. You can also choose whether you want to get ATIS, departure, clearance, yada yada yada, and all that fun stuff. And you get settings. It's like only play chatter when COM 1, COM 2 radio is powered up. Use whichever radio is enabled for transmit. So hypothetically, if I turn this off, I could probably listen to both frequencies. And you have it automatically determine that your output device, these, and other things. So you can change the delay. So it's pretty neat. It's a neat little program, and I like the little bit of extra it gives. So we're going to just start here and up at KGSP navlog 3,500, please. 104, that's okay. Time we're going to set to, and we'll give it 8. So fly. But yeah, no, I mean for $15, and to get that sense of immersion without having to be on VATSIM or any kind of network, it's great. I need to do It's real fast. Disconnect. In and out today, unfortunately, that's fine. I'm aware of your situation.
The traffic, traveler biplane, circling this area, 1,500 feet.
Look at those palm trees dance.
Hide me. That's still showing. Okay, those are gone. What happened to those? So, alert box.
There's island traffic, 6 Quebec is turning right base for runway 16, Lopez.
Interesting. Feed. Seat rest. Waiting for weather to load. Tomcats. Yeah. It's part of the an enhancement mod for the F-15 that I quite frankly like a lot. Yep, Goblin is absolutely correct. Right oil pressure.
Right, traffic, Skyhawk 69 is there, pop out in the class, cross at 1500, do a left ascending, turn to right, downwind for 169, Mama.
So why am I getting right oil pressure issues? Oh, it's gone. So, fuel pumps, CCUs. Oh, we should be good. There, we want to make sure that we're on nav mode. Inset off. Transponder altitude.
Hey, my traffic, Detail Mike is false
Flight
bay on
director.
45 right now.
Vertical speed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to set our altitude to 3,500. Back to vertical speed. Down 500 a minute. Top Gun, yes. DC Designs is making pretty good progress on their F-14. I know that a lot of people find their F-15 rather controversial. But I have a great deal of fun in it. So it's fine by me. And now I'm going to double check my multiplayer settings.
Final for runway 16, it's going to be full stop Lopez.
Just to make sure that everybody can still see me. Spinning guide off, do the thing, go back, resume. So many apologies for the interruption.
Friday Harbor traffic.
I think I'm way ahead of everybody.
Airport 2.6 and route to Roach. Friday Harbor.
Which, if that's the case, I'm going to reduce that to 60%. Kozaki, am I in front of or behind you guys? I'm way in front. I am so sorry. I apologize. I miscalculated. I'm slowing down, I promise.
Current traffic, Sky 0 Mike, turn right now, 16 right number.
Nice. Well, I've slowed down for the sake of things.
Traffic, Cessna 26 Quebec, Cessna 150, 2,500 inbound.
There we go. Now, let's see. I'm at Kingsman's 3 o'clock. Roger that. Well, we're definitely getting a tailwind. If you look at the indicator here, we're getting kind of a quarter tailwind at about 20 knots worth, which is definitely boosting our true airspeed by a fair amount. Make sure that our altimeter is set properly still. And she is definitely sporty. Keen Lafford is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday.
And ferry lane on a 45 for the left downwind 24.
Draco's on my 9. Roger. Bouncing around it. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Kozaki. Okay, now that everybody's caught up, I'm going to bring up the engine to 70% load. A little faster, but not going stupid fast. We don't want to go straight into plaid.
Traffic, 1129 Left Bravo, and downwind, runway 36.
Beautiful area. Nice rolling hills. Aerobatic teams.
Traffic.
100% Draco. 100%.
For 25. Now
It's Mega Made.
2500. 808 Tango Lima.
Oh, what a movie. Kevin says, I'm behind catching up at a rate of knots. Nice. And I kind of have a similar complaint between this and the SR-22 is the forward visibility is kind of meh. Yeah, you couldn't make Spaceballs today. You just couldn't. And it's a real shame because it's a phenomenal movie.
Traffic. Cessna 26 Quebec. Cessna 150. Descending from 2,500. Entering a crosswind 28.
Big Tone 66 is in. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday. What a week. What a week. Let's see. Kozaki said the kids are too sensitive for blazes. Yeah. And they're phenomenal movies. They're hilarious. And nobody was safe. They went after everybody, which is that's how you do it. Monty Python's kind of the same way. Let's see. So, current flights. Weather at Screensville Spartanburg is wind 030 at 10. 3 miles, statute miles visibility. So 030? 030 at 10. Clouds scattered at 2800, broken at 5,000, overcast at 11,000, so we want runway 04 as the Thunderflies zoom past. So in this case, we're probably going to do just a simple straight in, and I believe that is our runway up there. As the clouds start rolling in. Now, the only downside to running either Rex or the Unreal METAR is it has to load in what's around the nearest air station. It doesn't load it doesn't load in weather stations that are further out from you, which I wish it could. That way it can kind of do what the in live weather's supposed to do. Oh dear. What weather isn't loading? 2 statute miles visibility. Overcast at 1,500 feet. Oof. So hopefully this changes as soon as we get closer, because that's not real fun. On the upside, we can still see the ground. We can still, for the moment, see above.
Hey, Merrick, yep. Yeah, I'm headed that way. I'll be that way. I'll be there about 15 minutes. Yeah, I'll land at your ranch. I'll land on the south meadow there, just over the tree line. Boy, the horses. Yeah, come.
So overall, the weather situation, it's giving us a bit of a haze, but even that's starting to dissipate now in favor of closer weather. So has a new meat part for there. Overcast at 4,600. So that weather's going to start loading in. Altimeter is 2999. Niner. So we'll make sure that we adjust our altimeter setting.
Traffic pipeline 45, Juliet passing east of the field, northbound.
Thunderflies are go. So we'll go ahead and turn me on. And by that I mean we'll unhide me. Now we get in here, we're going to hit the autopilot button. We're going to disengage the autopilot. we're going to divert ourselves to the left. Start reducing power.
Traffic Cessna 766 here.
Landed. Watch out as the runway's a bit unstable. Roger that. I want to say that there's an add-on airport for Greensville Spartanburg, but I can't remember if it was a freeware or a payware scenery.
Traffic Cessna 766 here. Papa up 118. We'll be making a right turn out to the northwest.
Ooh, there's some weather. Yet another one, rain. So we're going to drop. No, we lost steers. I don't have any eyes on it. There it is.
3 miles to the west, and we'll be transitioning east side. We have the traffic at the base inside. We'll go behind you.
Okay, we've got the runway on our synthetic vision. Talk about sporty. Gear out. Okay, we got eyes on it. Okay, we got visual contact.
75 Whiskey Delta, we're about 2 miles to the west, 1,000.
Flaps are coming down.
We're about 1 mile to the west, 2,000.
Weather rolling back in. So for this last leg, we may use some different weather. I love a challenge, but
We got you on PCAS.
Roger that.
when you're trying to show off scenery, it's a little tough. Okay, so we don't have a Pappy or a Vassy.
Traffic, helicopter 75 Whiskey Delta, 1 mile to the west. We have the landing traffic inside. Again, we'll pass behind you. Will be no factor.
We do have the ILS lights. So we're getting a headwind, a definite headwind, just keeping us slow. So fun fact, when I upload my streams to YouTube, this song gets it blocked in gets it blocked in North Korea, Syria, Iran, and one other, don't recall, but another. It gets me blocked in a few countries, which I think is just hilarious. So there's traffic on the runway. So power down. 200. That was a sporty landing. So we're going to slow her down. The weather's already changing again. That going again. I'll go for blatant abandonedism.
And traffic, Experimental 44 Juliet, turning short final 17, full stop.
So we'll stop her right here. I'm going to adjust the weather to something a bit more reasonable. Into drone mode. Hello. Here, there. We need to turn name tags on. Traffic.
Traffic system 7260 Papa, left base 18, pitching up.
There's Kazaki in. There's Count Zeb, Viper Strike. See Cap at 9 in the pattern. There's Kingsman. There's Astrali. Coming up, Muttley's in. Druid Zeus is in. Everything is running smooth as a slideshow made from logs. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. There's Druid Zeus, there's Frozen. Australian a TBM.
Traffic, Experimental 44 Juliet, cleared active 170.
There's Captain Butters. I'm hearing the jets. And here come the jets. Haha! Look at them go. Nicely done, even. I saw Papa Joe B out in the distance. There's Draco, Catbat, and Chilled Corky on final.
We're going to enter the 45-degree left control point.
Not good playing, yeah. Catbat 9's in, as well as Chilled Corky. Here become the Thunderflies for a landing.
Traffic, Cessna 760 Papa, final 18, touching up.
Viper Strike's taken off. You have a good one. Thanks for flying along. We'll take out beam photogrammetry for the rest of the... Yeah. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Druid. Goblin.
Traffic, 762, we got traffic sight, we'll follow.
If I had one to do before each landing, I would. Yeah, it always happens right on final. It's weird. I mean, this sim is a definite love-hate relationship. You have a good one, Viper. Thanks for coming along. Okay, so there's Viper Strike. Sometimes it's fun looking at everybody's usernames in this. Yeah, and photogrammetry really kind of kicks it in the butt. See you in Bristol. Roger that. Yeah. Again, it's a love-hate relationship because it looks phenomenal, but sometimes the performance is just like, why you gotta do this to me? So we're gonna go back in here. Let that stabilize itself. We're gonna unhide me. Do that.
Traffic bearing 788 Charlie Fox, 5 miles north-northeast. Entering a right base leg, runway 18.
And I need to load in a flight plan. So I gotta go back to the main menu. So we'll go here. Kingsman's restarting sim, roger that. You rest well, Allison, and hopefully you feel better soon.
Traffic 7630 Papa, final 1net, doesn't go.
Yeah, it's... My sim was very smooth after World Update 3 when they introduced the UK Ireland update. But as soon as they introduced Sim Update 3, it just performance tanked. Between random stutters, random FPS drops, just general poor performance. It's kind of nuts, and I'm surprised they haven't really addressed anything about it yet and said, offered up a hot fix or say, hey, we know what the problem is and we're working on it, or something. But it's what it is.
Base for 18 will be a touch and go and then a right turn out to the northwest.
At the end of the day, I still love flying it. Still love flying in it. It's just frustrating to deal with. So we need to load.
7630 Papa, turning base for 18.
Flight plan.
Did you say base for 18?
Base for 18, 7630 Papa.
Yes, that one. Okay, we're gonna set weather to something a little bit less sporty. The old button. Aviation RC, we are on the East USA server, my dude. We're loading up at Greensville, Spartanburg, so Kilo Golf Sierra Papa. About to head up to Kilo Tango Romeo India. I remember FSX didn't fly it correctly. Yeah.
5 south, practice GPS approach 36, we'll stay clear of the pattern.
Just waiting for it to load.
Traffic, Cessna 1235 Echo, we're turning out to the west, about 2 miles south of the field.
Yeah, section mode is really nice, and then it goes to this. Which, don't get me wrong, I love the Halo soundtrack, but it's definitely a shift change of musical styles. Oh, bloody sakes.
Traffic Cessna 980, Sierra Papa 1 mile southeast, joining left downwind for runway 18 at pattern work.
Outside it's kind of cloudy, kind of dreary. We're getting forecasts of rain. So, a little on the gloomy side compared to the way it has been, but reasonably spring warmish. Plane crash, so change for the semi. Aha.
6 miles to the north, joining less traffic for runway 36.
So, go back to here. So, unfortunately, I was a dingus and started on the runway, which I think that should be something we could permanently turn off. Whatever. So, quiet you, turn you on, insert off.
Unicom traffic, Galley 514, Sierra,
Wander
7 miles to the east,
to
making a left
back.
lane for 18 full stop. Anybody here, please advise.
Oh, master. Come on. Click it. Fabio gave us a PDF for the METAR codes. It's for, yeah, it doesn't take 480 pages to figure out how to read a METAR.
Traffic, Skyhawk 1235 Echoes, 11 miles
on.
south, leave at 3000
Yes.
for 2200 on a practice RNAV GPS 36 approach.
Turn that on. There you go. Engine 2. So that's good to go. Air pressure, double check. You take care, Chill Corky. Glad to have you along.
Traffic line 72 for Tango, clears level 17 static depart.
So we're gonna try to get this thing rolling. And while we're rolling, we'll get the autopilot set up. Flight director comes on. altitude.
Traffic Skylane
Set
511
to
Whiskey.
3,500.
17.
Vertical speed. 700 feet a minute. Nav mode. Come on, you doggone hunk of rock. Why are you suddenly so hard to get rolling?
Traffic Skylane 511 Whiskey is taking off runway 17.
Alright. Now we're rolling. Oh, the Seminole has the audio bug. Or I was just too close. Now they're working on a patch for the Seminole.
It's a criminal. 110 Lima Victor back taxi 35.
Yeah, it's definitely a Seminole. Let's see. That's all set. That's all set. Sim toolkit. Why are you not updating? Alright.
Hey, and Pete, I'm going to go ahead and do a 360 here so we don't go too far to the south.
Okay, we'll just continue straight ahead for a little bit and then turn crosswind.
Rolling. Ached Barley is in. With the follow. Many thanks, dude. Okay, so flaps set. Strobe light on, landing light on, taxi light off. And we're going to start rolling. Oh, there goes the longitude. How you doing, Barley? We're well. Oh, bumping the runway, bumping the runway, bumping the runway. Oh boy.
Experimental 0 Lima Victor is going to be a short approach through 36 simulation.
Mind the bumps, y'all. Landing gear coming up. Flaps coming up. Pilot getting hidden.
Traffic is not to 4.4 Echo or 4 miles from the final approach base for the RNAV CBS runway 36.
We'll do our left-hand circuit. That you did. Fortunate for me, I managed to get off before the bumps became a problem. That citation longitude wasn't so lucky.
Middle of the Unicom, there's a citation on the RNAV 218.
Bristol back up 37-1, runway 18, I'm approximately 4 miles out on the approach.
Beautiful area of the world, without a doubt.
There's 300 Alpha November, over. Yep, the weather seems to have gone down there. We think we can make it in, but if we don't, we're wondering if you could use Periscope Mist to send out the, we've got a car there or car service, and they can just send the parts from there. Okay, yeah, the weather, according to the AWAS there, has gone down right in.
So we're flying a little bit through a cloud. Watching the fireflies take off.
Traffic, Young Eagle Flight 613 Juliet, it's at 2,500 feet, just west of the...
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember there being an airport or a scenery download for this airport. I just cannot remember for the life of me whether it was freeware or payware. Goblin felt the bump. And the Thunderfly is doing Thunderfly things.
Traffic, call out of 95 Kilo Hotel, 725 to the south, inbound, full stop, runway 20.
So we're above our intended altitude. Go ahead and activate our autopilot. Engaging autopilot. Adjust our engine settings to 70% load.
Traffic, 74 Charlie Alpha, 8 miles to the west.
Jump a bit. Okay, maybe why crash it in? It could be. Yeah, with it being an airport within photogrammetry, it's a bit bugged. No, using scattered clouds. It was just the weather was getting too iffy. Using the METAR data. DH2 is upside down. Whoops. That's the Tony Hawk kickflip. Although I may have to adjust the clouds just a wee bit.
Traffic, Gulf November 889 at Charlie Golf. With Gulf Stream 4, we're 40 miles to the west of the airfield. We'll be coming in on FCCS 35. Traffic. That's okay. Go to November 889 Charlie Charles. After 18 miles to the west of the airfield, 8,800.
So we're on the last leg. We're heading to Bristol.
Only 4 miles out from right now.
Oh, goodness. So who has big plans for the weekend? I'm going to be upgrading my computer a little bit. Hopefully that'll go through tonight. .737 has big plans for the weekend. Awesome. Good Hutchinson, good to see you. Gardening tasks. Sounds thrilling. Well, that's always a good thing to do. We may not be able to change the world for everybody, but we can change the world in somebody. Or for somebody, I should say. Here come the Thunderflies. Nicely done. So we may have to change altitude, maybe not.
Traffic from runway 2 which is
Oh, goodness. So, what's weather look? Well, that's kind of irrelevant. So, runways. Well, we'll probably go with runway... Oh, we'll go with runway 5 for landing when we get there. Got quite a ways yet.
Traffic from runway 2 Romeo Victor, 25.
What's everybody having for dinner? I need food ideas, folks. I'm starting to feel a little peckish. And it's getting to that time of day where the Colonel needs to eat.
Cosmic Beach jet arriving from the southwest, west southwest, so left traffic runway.
L737 says, colleague is moving from Eastern Europe to Germany this Saturday. I'm here for a while now, so I've helped getting him the job, apartment, all the furniture stuff. That's awesome, dude. Way to look out for a fellow human being. That's really cool. I mean that genuinely. I have a problem where sometimes I sound sarcastic, and I'm not being sarcastic at all. But no, that's really good on you, dude. That's cool. You should be proud of that. That's a lot to be proud of, dude. So those of you who have been proceeding on the Magenta line may not have actually inputted the flight plans I put up for download. We're going to be flying over the Bristol racetrack, which is a bit away from the airfield. So we'll fly over that and then land at the airport. Thanks, a lot of people helped me last year with the same thing. I'm trying to pay for it 100%, dude. Yeah, and that's been a philosophy, you know, ever since really hitting Twitch hard last August before this came out. And from there since, I've been shown a lot of love, generosity, and just a lot of kindness. So I've made it a mission of mine to pay that forward, because, you know what, I've been shown a lot of kindness by you guys, by a lot of people. So it's only right to both reciprocate and to pay it forward. I've always felt that was really important to do. And fortunately, I've been blessed in such a way that I'm able to do things in that regard. So I'm going to look to see if we're going to run into it. Oh, we're going to be over the mountains. Nice. Hooray for not having to change altitudes. So, I believe one of the nicknames for the Bristol racetrack is Thunder Valley. And I'm beginning to see why. She's tucked up into the Blue Ridge Mountains. Kazaki Flyer, my adopted family has been taking care of me at 100%, dude.
Left downwind with 35 to
So prepare for some bumps going over the mountains. That would have been a nice place. You have your own little private pond on the top of a mountain. Live there. That'd be awesome. Maybe that wasn't a longitude. Maybe that is. Can't tell if it's a CJ4 or a longitude.
Pressure is about 20 miles south, level 5,500 feet, inbound for only 6.
Look at the scenery here, though. Isn't that nuts? So we're still kind of in the... We should be hitting the border for South Carolina here soon, getting into Tennessee. Just look at the mountains. Look at the state of that. Isn't that something? Just unbelievable. And to think we were flying over some fairly flat lands, and now we're here.
So I think Skyhawk 529, turning final, runway 22, full stop.
Absolutely beautiful. we go.
Warrior 4 uniform.
These guys
turning
keep getting
downwind,
better and
runway
better.
32.
Viper Check says we're near the Cherokee National Forest. Nice. Are we going to be able to clear that? Yeah, we should clear it.
Warrior 4 uniform turning final. Runway 32.
Look at these valleys. I can what? I forgot what I had said. Make it over? Yes. Be a little close, but not too bad. Oh, it's close. Oh, it's definitely close.
1 November to the west. Party to the west. Last call.
We may have to adjust up a little bit. We'll just go to 4,000. Give ourselves a little bit of clearance.
Traffic.
We need a little clearance,
7 miles to the northwest. Coming in for a pattern on 45 downwind runway 32.
Wow, this is just stunning.
Traffic 2 kilos here, turning 45 down 119. Traffic.
Did I? Where did I go? I forget. It's not like I pulled a Murph and run into a mountain. Yeah, we might have to go up a little bit more by the look of it. Ah, that, yes. Well, of course. Yeah, I didn't pull a Murphy and run into the side of a mountain. I managed to stay clear of the mountain.
Traffic 2 kilos here, turn down runway 19. Traffic.
Look at him go. Whoops. For the record, crashing is bad. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to gain some altitude. So, call it 5.
Traffic 2 kilos here, final on 119.
Just look at this place.
Downwind runway 100.
This is crazy. So we should still be climbing. Got about 500 more feet to go. Well, you'd say we had another 500 of that. A wee bit of power. Just look at the state of these. It's a T-45, got a Mooney, a Bonanza. We should make it over. Terrain. Whoop, whoop. Terrain. So we're going to, what we're going to do, let's see, where is it? There's that, and switch to heading mode. I used to have F4 wild weasels practice in our valley. Nice. Wild weasels. I like that. Look at those mountains, though. This is awesome.
Rocket's right base for 7.
Okay, so didn't want us to climb anymore, did it? Oi! Respond when I'm telling you to do something.
Rocket's turning final 7.
That's very true, but at the same time, I don't want to upset the sim. I'm already having, look at that.
Rocket short, final set.
Okay, we're gonna turn nav mode back on. It's gonna take us back to the magenta line.
Traffic, Citizen 341 Tango Bravo coming up on midfield out of the southeast for a left downwind for runway 7.
No. This is just nuts.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo turning left downwind for runway 7.
Just stunning.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo turning left 8 for runway 7.
This is crazy.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo turning final runway 7. Traffic, Zansport for 19 or Quebec. I'm 3 miles out. I'm going to go, Mike, you go ahead. I'm going to go in and approach on the downwind, left downwind.
Traffic, Skyhawk 7347 is now 3 miles, making left downwind for 07.
Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted.
Traffic, Zansport for 19 or Quebec, turning left downwind for 07.
Doing things in the background. You're going to want to be at 7,000 feet to clear the mountains ahead. Okay. Who's the formation team trying to keep up with them? Is CJ4. They got it down. Those are the Thunderflies, the in-house flight team of the Two-Tone Murphy community. Awesome. So, let's look at that. So we should be getting fairly close to our turn into Thunder Valley. So there goes the Bonanza. So we can actually probably start descending now. We can probably drop to 4,500 feet. Come on. Vertical speed.
Will be next. You move up at Uniform 1.
Move up to Uniform 1, American 2577.
Start descending. WQHQL AMD drivers were released yesterday. Yay. So, more driver updates.
American 2577, runway 28, minus and weight traffic will land 33 left.
Minus and weight 28, American 2577.
Look at just look. It's 2131 GPU drivers, Windows quality. Well, I mean, it could be worse. So we're gonna want to drop a little quicker. So 2 more. Got an extra 500 feet. So next airfield elevation is 1,519 feet. So we want a pattern altitude of 2,500. We'll go down to 3. Blue Ridge Mountains, look at them. Hasn't that been a scenic leg or what? Or has that been a scenic leg or what? Zoom. So the Thunderflies are on voice comms, which helps them coordinate their ability to formation fly. I guess better than the beta optional ones I have going now, because even though I've had no CTDs after we took off from the muster, it has been trash. So, yeah. And I get to do that and install a new CPU tonight. Woo! Isn't that thrilling? I'm really hoping and expecting to get some sort of system performance boost from the CPU. Mine hasn't been bad, but it's definitely been, especially with Flight Sim and streaming Flight Sim, it's been on the chugging side. So I can only hope for better. Oh, believe me, I have.
1361 right in Fox and ground point 9 today.
Fox point 9, Delta. Today.
It's just so beautiful here. Well, this is another place I'm grateful for getting to know through the sim, yeah. And just to even think of, as amazing as it looks in the sim, imagine seeing it in person. Now this sim, for all its quirks, for all the frustration that it gives, it's been able to provide us quite a lot. Not only being able to be visually stunning and, you know, just fun to fly around in anyway, but to be able to explore with reasonably high accuracy the world in different places is just, it's unparalleled. I don't think that CJ4 is going to make it out of that dive. Well, it barely did. It did. Just. Just look at this. So we'll probably land on, given the state of things in the sim right now, we're going to land on runway 23. So that's going to be our straight in. This is very good sim super. Yeah, 100%. And that's it. The sim is, it's been a love-hate just because it's had so many crashes and frustration, points of frustration. But at the end of the day, it looks so good. It's allowed us to not only explore the world in a visually stunning simulation, but to do it seamlessly with other people around the world is just absolutely incredible. There you go, the Thunderflies. So we're coming up on the Bristol Motor Speedway, which is a half-mile concrete oval, usually. This weekend, they've put a bunch of dirt in it and made it into a very high-banked dirt track. call it, Thunder Valley, the last Coliseum. It's because it's very much a Coliseum in shape. It's been host to football games in the infield. So it should be just over some of these hills. It should be between this, on the shore of the next river. The Bristol Motor Speedway used to be an asphalt track. And then it was changed to concrete some years ago. And several years ago it was reconfigured slightly to have progressive banking into the corners. So it's not just one set of degree. It the higher, the more towards the wall you go, the steeper the banking. And I think this odd-looking building's actually the Speedway. Look at that. So, yep, that is Bristol Motor Speedway in its flight sim glory. I have adjacent here that you can see really nicely is their dragway, their drag strip. So, wow, Bristol, you need help there, Bristol. Oh my, they made it just into one giant building. That's hilarious. Oh, Flight Sim and Black Shark AI. You try. You fail a lot, but you try. Oh my. So that was Bristol Motor Speedway, such that it is here in... yeah, they made a clear roof. It's a Lexan roof. Oh dear. Oh, what can you do? So we have our airport in sight. We're going to go ahead and get ready for landing. So, autopilot coming off. Go ahead and toss the gear down. We're going to land on runway 23, so we have to go to the right a bit. 100% 737, 100%. The crap given is tongue in cheek. I'm sure some third-party developer at some point will be like, well, gosh, we need to raise, these landmarks. And see, I think here's what I'm thinking. Somebody like iRacing, who's laser scanned these tracks, could very easily dumb them down a bit, toss them into Flight Sim, and they would look phenomenal and highly accurate. I think that would be a great business idea. What do I know, though? Okay, so there's one notch of flaps. Trim down, keep the nose from going too high. We've got the rabbit. And let's hope this is a better landing than the last two. A little bumpy because of the terrainage. But one more notch of flaps out, compensate with trim. We have the rabbit in sight. Nose is itching. Kingsman's landed. Power in because we're a little low.
Approximately 1 mile final. No delay on the runway, please. Boston 1984 left turnout is approved. Experimental kit block. Half mile final. Experimental kit blocks. Flight 1 Papa Lima. Caravan departing prior to your arrival. Runway 13 left. Clear to land. 13 left.
Man alive, is she bumpy. So there we go. Start really reducing throttle now. Start dropping. Pre-stall warning. Nope.
Boston 1984 traffic appears to be no factor for your frequency change approved today.
There's a T-45. So we'll start manual braking under 40. Laps coming up. Start rolling off the runway. Alright. So parking brake comes on. I hide. Do this, do this, do this. Come on. There we go. This. Traffic on. Come on. Thank you. So Kingsman's down in the T-45. Admiral Ted in the Bonanza's in. We got Captain Butters coming up next in the SR-22. Welcome to Tennessee. Hope you all enjoyed the flight. And overall, things went pretty well. We only had the one sim crash. You have a good night, Shuffle Shoes. Glad to have you along.
6 miles to the southwest. Proceed northeastbound. 3 miles.
Glad to have you along.
West of the airport, our report on station.
Helicopter 5 Tango Victor, staying in your position. Not observing any traffic at your altitude.
6 miles southwest. 5
There's Druid Zeus. Thunder flies with an awesome break as Azimuth, USCG Azimuth has just resubscribed for the 4th month in a row. 4 months of loving the content. Many thanks, my dude. Noah says, thanks, folks. See you again next time. Absolutely. Catch you on the Discord and the next stream. Kozaki, good luck with the CPU-age. Many thanks. Glad to have you along, Kingswood. Glad you enjoyed it. It's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You know, you guys have shown me some great love and generosity, and I'm just glad that you keep me along, or keep me company along the ride. Anything beyond that is just absolutely awesome. There's Draco in with the DA-62. Thunderfly should be in shortly. There's Papa Joe B. Glad you enjoyed it, Goblin. Glad you enjoyed it 6 knots. Papa Joe B in the Arrow. Very nice. Many thanks, Jay Winokur. Do appreciate it, dude. So this weekend we have, of course, Two-Tone Murphy tomorrow. We have Allison Johnson streaming a continuation of the Amelia Earhart flight. And then also this weekend, Jay Winokur should be doing his stream a little later in the evening on both Saturday and Sunday. And then it's me again on Sunday. There's Count Zepp in. Nicely done, Zepp. So the Thunderflies are lining up for their landings. We're gonna get in this position for their landings. There we go. So whenever the Thunderflies get in, we'll catch them. Two-Tone Murphy is in. The scenery was a real treat here tonight. Yeah, absolutely. It was decent the first 2 legs, and then the third leg it picked up and was just absolutely nuts. So once we're done here, we're going to do a raid. Because we want to make sure that we're forwarding the love that has been shown upon us. And the best way to do that on Twitch is to raid somebody. Jay Winokur says, a full weekend of streams on the new beast. Nice. Glad you enjoyed it, Nighty Night. You have a nighty night. You have a good one, Papa Joe. Glad to have you along. Look at that. HCBR Skydive Man, Masonic Lake. Followed by Frozen, Steve Solo, and Test Pilot 72. And there's Aviation RC. Very nice. USCGS, it's going to be a spicy weekend. Absolutely. That's the best way to do it. Awesome job, everyone. Awesome job. Thanks for coming with me along for the flight. Glad you all enjoyed it. Another beautiful weekend ahead of us. Many thanks again for the subs, for the love, for the follows, for the watches, for the lurks, for the chats, for it all. You have my humblest of gratitudes. I'm very grateful to have you all here with me. It's been a phenomenal ride, and we'll catch you on Discord. We'll catch you in the next streams. But until then, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time. Stand by for the raid. Bye.